it's Trish from To.iNfinityz and Art. I am just kind of getting back into my Dutch pours a little bit. My big inspiration is Canela Sirocco. So I just did a piece, and I hoped that I had gotten it on camera, but apparently my phone did not record. So that being said, I've already painted once, as you can see by my hands. You are at a different kind of angle here, so let me see what I could do. This is the painting I just did. Not really sure what you could see. I don't want to have to take the phone back down because otherwise it'll probably fall in the painting when I try to put it back, but there you go. So I didn't really have a plan, but I'm finally starting to get back, a hang of doing these Dutch pours again. It's been a little while. Some people know me for like the twists, but I kind of want to go a little bit more towards the flow, like Molly's Artistry and Canela Sirocco. So I am going to do this one roughly the same colors. I will show you in a minute what I use, but I kind of just wing it. So all of the information for any of my paintings will be listed down in the description box down below. So that being said, let me get started and I'll be right back. Peeps, I'm back. Alright, so as you could see, I've already flooded my canvas. This is a black, but kind of a custom black. Had a touch of blue in it, metallics, kind of like a leftover thing. There's probably silver in here. There's probably obsidian. So a whole mixture here, but pretty much black. It's going to dry pretty much black. I'm not sure if you'll see any bluish tint in that at all, because it was Prussian blue. I believe that was in here, and maybe some metallic blue. So it was just scrape off from my table. So we just kind of use that for a base coat. Why not? Why waste, right? All right, so I'm ready to go, but I don't know what I'm going to put down. So bear with me here. I'll show you the colors at the end of the video. That way you can kind of see where I was going with it. But for right now, I am actually going to start with silver because I really liked the silver in the piece right next door here. So we're going to go with that and see what happens. Alright, so I am going to do sort of the same composition, which is pretty much that. And then that. See how that takes me. With this other piece, I did it shorter this way and then the longest that way. So I'm not really sure if it makes a huge difference at this point. I don't want to do too much silver, but alright, and I'll do a little more on there. I do like the silver as it's a light color. It's great contrast to the black, obviously. So that is pretty cool on its own. Alright, so I added a leftover cup to that one. I am trying to use up some paint. Excuse me a minute. And my aqua mix is definitely a favorite. I mean, it's pretty, I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's pretty much emerald green, touch of the turquoise green, touch of the light olive green, so a mixture of greens. There is an iridescent in there, but I'm not really sure where it came from. I do use fairly often, I'll put a squirt of this Liquitex Basics iridescent medium. I also have the gloss medium. I'm not sure if that's focusing or not, but this stuff is really good as well, and it doesn't take much at all. I don't use it like I would my Floetrol. My Floetrol is US Floetrol, and I mix all my paints 2 to 1. So 2 parts Floetrol, 1 part paint, and I add water to consistency. With Canela Sirocco, I believe her video is number 63, and it kind of set the path for me, and I'm sure most people. So that is where I'm starting out, is with her mixture, and then every paint is different, so you may need to add a little more water to some and not so much to the other. So you just got to play it by ear. So what I'm going to do, I know I say so a lot. I'm not very good with this video thing, so bear with me. I am going to put my Master's Touch Ultramarine Blue. Master's Touch, if you are unfamiliar with it, I would grab a jug if I could find one, but my room is a mess. Oh, well, here we go. We got black. These are the bottles that I buy. The jugs, the cans, whatever you want to call them. And I'm trying to get that to focus. Hang on. Not really sure why it's not focusing, but yeah. Anyway, it's liquid acrylic. And this is, I want to say, permanent black. And it's a 16.9 fluid ounce jug, 500 milliliters. And this is black, but I have all the colors. And Hobby Lobby has a sale twice a month, I believe, where all Master's Touch fine art are all half off. So for a good jug like this, starting at $12, hey, $6 and change. So that is what I use for some of my Master's Touch stuff, which is every color in here was pretty much that. So let me go ahead and put this down now that my silver has spread out a bit. I don't want a lot. This color does tend to, whoops, take its own course here. So I don't want to overdo it with that. I do want it to cover most of the silver, just because I really don't want the silver to take over. But if it does, it does. Alright, so now against that light aqua mixture, I am going to reach right over here. And I am going to grab Prussian blue. That peeps, I had to fix my camera. It was starting to slide off, and it's a brand new phone that I'm actually using, and I would rather not drop that in paint just yet anyway. So I'm going to do my Deco Art Prussian blue. And we're not going to do a lot of this, but I love the contrast that it gives against these light colors, and it actually really does look good on the black. I'm not sure how it'll dry, but we shall see. So let me fix in the other paint in at the same time. I'm not very good at multitasking. Alright. So here we go with some of this Prussian blue. Whoa, okay. I guess we're going to put a little more than I expected, but that's okay. I want to see kind of what I get. Go off to the side a little bit there. So that's my Prussian blue. What else do I want to put in there? I already put the aqua. Why don't we go with my metallic? This is Artist Loft Metallic Blue. Not much in it. I'm kind of trying to use up some paints here so I can revisit, restock, however you want to. There's something in there and I can't find my tweezers. Ha! Finger painting. Alright. Oh, come on, you. Just gonna do, hopefully it doesn't all open up and blob out on me. That would really suck. It's happened before. Please, please tell me it's happened to somebody else too. That'd be sad if I was the only one that made that kind of fool of myself. So that is the metallic blue. I am going to put, actually, I want to add something. I've used this in a previous video. This is the Cobalt Blue from also Artist Loft. I love their paints. And it's a metallic. And it is gorgeousness. Let me get around my cord here. It is a very, very, very pretty color. On here, I'm probably not going to do a lot. This does tend to take over. Wants to be the boss in the house. So we're going to try to do just a, yeah, there we go, a little light. Just wiggle, wiggle, just a couple bits here and there that might come through. Might get some pretty cells. Yeah, that's plenty. I don't want to do too much of that. So now I'm going to come in through, and I'm going to put some of this ultramarine blue, because I want it blue dominant. I was always told that it's a good idea to put a metallic or iridescent or gloss color with a color that is just the pigment itself, the way it comes, not anything, no additives. So that would help balance it out. That would help create cells. It does give you little pieces of the paint in that's not, you know, just jumping at you. It's nice and subtle, and in a lot of ways, that's a good thing. So I am thinking here what to put next. I kind of want to put something bright because those blues are, you know, they're pretty much darker, and they will dry darker than what you see on a wet canvas, and I will have dried results on the video as well. So I'm wondering, I'm actually going to put a touch of this, excuse my reach, my Deco Art Coastal Waters. This is a pretty color. I'm going to just put little, hopefully, unless I blob it on there, something happens, which I could go on Funniest Home Videos. Anybody still watch that show? All right, we'll just do our best and see what happens. You know, it's a hobby. You're meant to enjoy it, right? So we're just gonna do like a, just enough to give it like, ooh, that's bright, and some darker areas. Drip, drip, drip. Nothing has to go on the canvas perfectly because you're gonna blow it out. That's another reason why I don't bring my lines all the way off the canvas. Because you're going to blow it anyway. So there's really no crazy point in putting extra paint on there. Okay, I am trying to decide if I want to do another lighter green, which would be my, oh, excuse my reach again, my goodness, my setup. Light olive green from Master's Touch in one of those, actually, I don't think it's in a jug, it's in a regular tube. Give me 1 second. I might actually be able to show you. Yep, there you go. Show you this one. Can you focus on me, please? Come on. Okay, I hope you can see that. It will be listed in the description below. My camera is still, like I said, new, and I'm still kind of getting used to it, and I'm not very tech savvy. So that being said, bear with me. So I'm just going to put a touch of this, I think. I don't want anything crazy. Actually, I am going to cheat, in my eyes. There's no cheating in art, come on. I am going to put some leftover amethyst purple. I couldn't remember whether this was a Deco Art product or they also have an Anita's, I believe, amethyst. And so maybe that'll, I don't know, what do you guys think? Tell me what you think in the comments. Just a touch of that maybe, and then put that green on top, and maybe a blue, one of the ones I've already used on top, just to make sure that it's still blue dominant. You know, we're going to go with it. All right, so this is a metallic, so I want to put this down first because I like to have, like I said, the just pigmented colors, I'm not really sure the term for it, on top. That way the cells will come up through because metallics create really beautiful cells. So this isn't going to look anything like that one as far as colors, but hopefully I'll still do all right with the blowout. So give me 1 second here. Just a little bit. Ooh, that's actually pretty. Don't overdo it, Trisha, like I always do. Yell at me, guys. Yell at me. All right. A little more up there. Stop, stop, stop. All right. Find a place for that one. Okay, so that's the only purple I'm going to put in here. I'm going to put a blue, and then I'm going to put the green, and then I'm going to call it good. Which blue do I want? I think I'm going to do the ultramarine again. I really, really love how solid and strong that looks to me. So let me just put a touch of that, and then see if I want to continue on. This is a lot of paint so far, but I always find a use for it. There you go. So with the other one, I put white in it. That being said, I have silver, and I had silver on that one, and I can only see little bits of white in that one over there. So I really think the silver and then these lighter colors will be fine. So I'm only doing a touch of the olive green, and then I'm going to call it good. Come on. Troubleshooting, hang on. I'm back. Because my bottles, I'm not the cleanest person, as you can see. My bottles are messy and they tend to clog up. I usually have a skewer, but it's not within my grasp right now, so I'm just gonna... If you are uncomfortable with trying to blop it on there, go off the canvas and then go. That'll give you a nice kind of steady stream. Not much left in that anymore. Ooh, okay. Whew. Done. Stop it. Alright. Now, I just use a basic, I mean, I don't know if it's got a brand name or not. It's just a Walmart butane torch. I've got a million of them. This one, so far, is my favorite. I have another one like it. Smaller, a little bit more compact. But this one keeps, well, you can tell I use it, keeps stopping on me. I'm not really sure what happened, why. It started doing that about 6 months after I got it. So maybe it took a dip too many times in the paint. And then I have this one, which also had the stand. And this one tries to kind of takes over like flame. I call this one my dragon. This is my dragon. I only use the dragon when I absolutely need to, excuse me. And that's it. Otherwise, I have to keep reminding myself that it's gonna blow some fire at me. Alright, so we're gonna torch this. Just at an angle. Don't get close. Don't get close. You'll burn it. I hate it when that happens. And then if you don't realize it, which, I mean, it'll start smoking a touch. If you don't realize it and the paint dries, you'll get those glumps. You'll get chunks, glumpy bits, junk, whatever you want to call it, in your paint and varnish, resin. Okay, maybe they might help, but you're still always going to see that there's a bit raised up off of your canvas. So that's no fun. So if you see gunk in it, take it out. Don't torch it too close or you will make gunk and it's just a vicious cycle. Hopefully it goes as well as that other one. If not, I just kind of wing it and I'll turn it into something different, which I actually just recently did. Oh, actually it's right here. Let me show you what I did here real quick. That paint's not going anywhere. Yeah, right. Okay. So I just did this one, and there's no video to this one, and I'm not sure how much you're going to be able to see in this, but it is dry. And it was meant to be... I mean, it could have gone any composition, but I actually think it was supposed to go like this. And don't drop it in my paint. And I had done the composition where I did my line like this, and then I did a little wispy. The famous Canelo Sirocco. She's an idol for me. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? And then it didn't work. So guess what I did? Look at those. Look at the middle. I ended up turning this into like a washer machine pour, as Jilly Cube from Australia will tell you. Wishy-washy, you go in every different direction. This reminds me of her pour, and as well as Molly's artistry where she does the flower. Like she did the flower. One of the very first videos of her that I saw, I was a late bloomer, was her flowers. And if I could get up close and personal here, I'm not really sure if you can see. Let's see what I can see here. Like so. Where are you? There you go. You see that gunk right there? Gloppy bit, glumpy bit, whatever. I make up words. That is something that was in my paint and I didn't realize it. And you can tell, and you can look sideways and use your lights, and that's what these lights are so good for, is you can see things. But I didn't see it. And this is a very minor chunk, obviously. But it's not something that you can take off. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure you could sand it a little bit, but you'll risk losing your paint. You could chip it off, and then you'll definitely lose your paint. Varnish will still look good on this, but you'll still see it. Along with all, little lumps. This was all leftover paint. I'm still learning too here. So bear with me, peeps. But yeah, that is one of the reasons why you want to be extremely cautious and careful when you're moving around your paintings, when you're torching your paintings. Because otherwise, you get glumpy bits, is what I call it. Alright, let's get this blown out. I'm just talking away. Alright, so I am still experimenting a little bit on how I do this, but I did it in a way with that other one that I really would love for it to come out somewhat as good in my eyes, and so I'm going to try to follow suit. So we'll see what happens. I am going to blow on low. This is a flower, a very, very well used flower, mini or travel, probably same. I think on the site, I'll put it in the description below, and I'll also have a screenshot of this from Walmart, the price, everything. And I want to say they call it a mini travel hairdryer, and it's called the Flower. So this is Flower. So we're going to go on low. This is a very, very powerful baby, so we are not going to blow high. Whereas some of the bigger, badder looking ones, you blow high. You have to. The low doesn't do anything. So I'm going to follow suit. I'm going to go and start off here and just kind of let it, and if it goes over, it goes over. Oh. As I'm talking away, stuff's falling into my paint. The perfect paint pour eraser, your finger. Dab it, and it goes away. It works. See if you can, I don't know if you can see it. Let me turn my other light off. I know that I should have turned that off. This one right here, I don't know if you can see that or not, but that's gone. Perfect. Alright, not that that would have mattered because it's so close to my other colors, but if it was in a place where you wanted it to continue to be negative space, that's what you would do. So, here we go. I am going to turn the sound down for you, maybe put some tunes on, and we'll blow this out. So already I see a glump and I want it gone. Problem is my tweezers are taking a vacay apparently. Alright, let me see what I can do here. I gotta get that out because if I try to blow it back this way, I don't know if you can see it right there, but it will completely drag. So I'm gonna use my pokey and try to shaky hands. That is the kind of stuff you want to watch out for. I call it glumpies. Some people call it boogers. Either way, it's very disgusting and disturbing. Alright, let's continue on. Now, when your paint is not moving, it means there's not enough paint there for this to flow. and it creates mud, as you can see. So let me get my glumpy thing out. And then I'm going to add some base paint to this. I'm trying not to keep shaking the camera at the same time. I have the camera and the light set up like right in front of me. I'll fix that. Let me get all these glumps out here. Like I said, leftover paint, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I took out some glumps, and I'm just adding a little bit of my... Whoops. That's alright. That'll blow up. Just, I mean, not a lot. I don't want to completely change the composition as it is now. I don't mind that it's a bit chunky. Why not? It can be a little chunky. That's fine. Just getting some... Go around, Trisha. I got another paint on the other side. I gotta be careful. I don't have a very big area here. I've got just one of those card tables, I guess. The big metal ones, though, not those flimsy wood panel looking things. Okay, so that should be alright. And if we need to, we can add more. So, I apologize that the camera is shaking a bit. There's not a whole lot I could do about this. So far, I love the colors. I have not torched yet. I think I spent most of my time so far picking out glumps. So I'm just going to make sure none of those are glumps. A good way for me to know how much is there is to go right up beside it and put my finger down. And if it kind of pops back up with me, then it's definitely plenty of paint, if not too much, but you can blow excess off. And when you're starting these, don't be stingy. Don't keep thinking to yourself, well, I gotta save paint, because in order to get your composition and your design and just the beauty of a Dutch pour, you have to have that excess paint to blow off. And if you don't have enough paint, you end up with mud and ridges, like very, very hard lines. Some people like that. With the composition as is now being so thick, like I said, it's a chunky monkey, I want to have that go up a little bit more. You know what I mean? I might have this one go off, and then maybe I'll have this one go off, and then maybe I'll have, you know what I mean? So we'll just go with it and go from there. Right now, I'm going to continue on the rest of it, and then I'll touch up this maybe with my mouth afterwards. So, all right, let's get moving. Not enough paint up there. That got a wonky mess up there, but I am going to focus on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit more paint just here. Fully intending on having this go over the side. I am okay with that. I love the designs over the side of the canvas. Whereas some people don't. They like it nice and tight in that section where you got the petals, the obvious petals. Me, I like to blow out some wispies and go crazy. Why not? So I am going to torch this real quick. Technical difficulties. Whew. Unplugging myself here. Alright, let's try it one more time. So let's see if I can't just get that bit going, and then I will do some touch-ups as we move along, and definitely not like the other one, but that's art, right? You're not gonna replicate everything. So I'm probably totally gonna rinse good down on this one and get some softer lines and bits. Alright, give me 1 second. Alright, if my hairdryer will allow, we are gonna go back on low and get this over here. Okay, I think I'm okay with this as far as the hairdryer portion of it goes, as it completely just shut off on me anyway. It was giving me a sign to stop. So, as you could see, when I had put that excess paint on there, I pretty much blew that off because there wasn't enough colored paint. You've got to I still got to learn what's the problem. You know what I mean? This right here is that's the kind of flow that I was looking for in this particular piece, because I wanted it to be like this one, but not the wispies, to kind of compare. But that's okay. This is going to end up with wispies, and I'm okay with that. I'll probably touch up a little bit on the side here, and I would love for that to come out just a little bit more, and we'll see what happens. Okay, peeps, I'm back. I did a bunch off camera, only because of the angle that I'm at right now and the orientation of the camera. I'm not completely happy with the piece, but I am definitely, I'm definitely okay with it now than when it was. This definitely reminds me more of a washing machine pour versus the original pour that I had done. I'm also out of black. I scraped a couple things and added and all that fun stuff. Put me in front of the camera and the world starts to end after that, because I am not great. But I'll get there. I'll get there. Let me know what you think. I'll add on the dry or the wet pictures and the dry pictures once it's ready to do so. And you can let me know. What would have you done differently? What would have you added? Was there anything about this pour in the sense that you seen me working on it that you liked, you thought I did okay with? We're all here to learn and help each other and teach each other and go from there. So make sure you always scrape your edges underneath, so that way the pour doesn't continuously pour. See all that coming from that. I don't know if you can see this or not, but I use my fingers. Oh, ain't that's kind of pretty though. I don't know if that's focusing for you or not. I apologize. Scrape it up so it doesn't continuously pull, although in some cases I allow it. Not a lot, just enough where, like, I'll do the edges once and then I'll leave it knowing that it's going to drip a little more, and that just helps stretch out the composition. And let's see if I can't, excuse me, hang on 1 second. Try to use up all the paint that I can off my fingers. And then that way, yeah, it'll pull just enough, in my opinion, to where I like it. I love it going off the edges, as I had explained before. I like the fact that it wraps the canvas instead of just having a pour and then nothing going off of the side. This canvas, or these canvases, 10 by 20s, are from Michaels. You can get them bulk packs from Michaels, which in the long run, if you've got that kind of money to spend, which it's been a while for me, it's worth it. It's worth it. You definitely get a savings out of it. But if you're on a tight budget, then, you know, I've gotten canvases from Walmart before, honestly. Like, it's not, it's a hobby. Enjoy it. Don't worry about the simple stuff. I'm not really up and out there at this point yet, so I'm okay with just testing things out and trying things out. So, okay, let me know what you think about this piece in the comments, please. I'd love to learn what you think about it. I will also add the link to my acrylic paint pouring challenge group on Facebook, and that's kind of where I started learning how to challenge myself. I started this group a few months back. We are at roughly 1.3K, quite a bit over, actually, probably about half over that, and I've learned so much. I've done so many more paintings than I ever thought I would on my own. It's a great group of peeps. We are all very, very good at communication and teaching and learning, and the challenges are a blast. And we definitely enjoy it. So if you'd like to join us on that one, the link will be in the description below to that group, or you can Facebook search Acrylic Paint Pouring Challenge and answer the questions, please, and join in. It's very, very fun, and I look forward to seeing you guys there. All right, I'll see you again. Bye. I just wanted to jump back in here real quick and show you my previous video pours. I'm not really sure the order, even though I've only got, like, this will probably be 6. But I am going to go with the one that I know for sure is the first one, and then we'll go from there afterwards. Now, I wanted to just give you a quick view of this without dropping it into the painting that's currently there. This was my number 1 Greens Dutch pour. It is completely dry, has been so for about 4 days now. I'll wait probably another week before I varnish it. It is very dainty, I guess you could call it. It's definitely not a solid petal form, but it is still, I love the colors, very, very basic. This green base was my basically runoff pour. Mixed it up, lightened it up as I wanted, and I turn everything into a base coat. So there's all my wispies. I get a little carried away. And there, I believe, is brass. That is not gold. I believe that is brass, but it's absolutely gorgeous. The colors, it's got some really pretty cells. And that's from the base coat. It was a bit thinner. And when I pushed the base coat over my colored paint, it created those. It also created these gaps, which I'm okay with. It definitely could be hung in either composition, really. I mean, this isn't one that has a set situation. But let me know what you think about that one, and feel free to check that video out. It is number 1. It is Greens Dutch Pour. That one was for one of the choices that I may put in for my challenge. Now, I want to say this one is next. Give me one moment. This was for my other one, and this is, excuse me, a funnel pour. And very green as well. A lot of the same greens in most of them. I'm trying to... There, how's that? Is that better? I don't know if it'll help if I put the torch on or not, but... I mean... I went a little crazy with my wispies, but... Yeah. Why not, right? Some good cells in that. The one thing that I did wrong with this one... My favorite parts are right there. The one thing I did wrong with this one was when I did the funnel pour, I didn't have enough base coat. I didn't put enough around the bottom of the funnel cup. But, yeah, so that caused it to not go under, not cause as much cells, which I'm actually okay with. I'm okay with stuff like that. There's cells there. It's just not incredible, and I'm completely okay with that. And let's see what's next. I know I did a bottom pour in one of my last videos. If I could find that, I would show it to you, but I want to say it's hanging up out on my wall. But you'll see that one in the other videos if you want to go check that out. Also my Instagram and my Facebook page, To.iNfinityz Art. So, this is, I want to say, the recent one I just did. And that one is, I'm going to say, my ultimate favorite. I mean, I want your opinions, but it's definitely my ultimate favorite. It's the same base coat as the greens one that I did, except for I added blue. So I'm calling it my blue-green. I hope you're seeing what I'm seeing, but I know cameras don't do it justice, huh? My favorite bit is right in there. I don't know, that copper mixed with that, I think this was champagne. In the video, I called it gold, but I actually think it is a champagne. Not sure the brand. I'm wondering if I had mixed gold with it at some point. And then there's a touch of copper right there, and there's a good even amount of copper and not too much of it. So I am very, very happy with this one. Definitely more dainty than I expected as well. Whoops, I'm dropping stuff. So that one is definitely one of my favorites. So that being said, we are going to get some close-ups for you on this one. We're going to let it dry, and I'll get some close-ups of it when it is dry, along with my other piece that I did off of camera, which is, out of these two, my favorite, because I wasn't on camera for it. So let me know what you think. What could have I done differently? What do you like about it? Help me out. Help me learn. Thanks, peeps.